All right, so we are out here finally at the Battletown Witch Festival.
We've got dancing witches behind us.
And there's some yeah happening back there.
They're
pretty
excited.
Awesome. Yes.
They're excited.
And there's Gunner. Gunner. We brought the boy. What are you doing?
Being a jerk.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Battletown Witch Festival is pretty cool so far. Round 2 on beers.
Yeah, if you tuned into the live we did earlier.
Yes. Woo! Woo! The apple pie cider is really awesome.
Shit. Do what?
I give little man a little book.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So we got our beers from the River Forge Brewery.
Huh?
They've got a booth here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys look too young to be listening to that stuff.
Oh, we're older than you think we are. Yeah. They're still rocking.
Best band ever. Hell yeah, it's my favorite band. I've seen them. I do. I've seen them 3 times live. Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you,
you
man.
Too.
So I'm gonna take this out of here and kind of like walk
around,
spin in a circle, and let you guys see everything. So I'm staying right here, dude.
Do you know what this is?
So there's some booths over here, and back here there's some more.
Here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hello, everybody.
You can see the crowd back right there.
There's a little puppy right here.
Back there.
What? So, how are you liking it so far?
I think we're going to be broadcasting live right here later today. Right behind me is where we're going to be doing the live. Aren't we, bud?
Yes, we are.
Gunner, host of the Legendary Gunner podcast. Take it away.
Hello, everybody. So now this is Legendary Gunner podcast instead of tap room.
No, we're doing a video.
Yeah, sure.
And some more booths back this way. It's pretty awesome here, as you can see.
Yes,
got one right here, and we'll be talking to some people.
We do.
And putting together a little thing for you guys to watch on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/GraceTapRoomPod.
Yes.
And here's our booth.
Our booth is right behind.
We're gonna do a better booth next year.
It's not much, but it's home. So, but yeah, it's home until 6 o'clock this afternoon.
Like I said, we're going to do a better booth next year.
Do what?
We're going to do a better booth next year. I want to hang lights and streamers and make it fun like a tap room.
And we'll bring the studio here and make it look official.
The entire studio.
Studio and just set it up.
That's what I said. Well, there's outlets over here. We could have plugged.
They're running very low on those.
Oh. But here's everybody. It's pretty awesome here.
There's another dog here.
Hello. But yeah.
Everybody's super friendly. It's super. Give me the microphone, please.
Why?
Everybody's super friendly. It's gorgeous out here. The trees are changing colors.
It's
the weather
fall
is
as hell out
well.
here.
It's a little humid, but other than that,
I mean, just like look at this though. Look at the trees. It's autumn as fuck, and it's dope. We're having fun. More to come later. And there's dogs here. We will be interviewing dogs.
Yes.
Go interview them next.
Yes.
Yes, we can interview some dogs.
Shout out to the dogs.
Shout out.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is Mike with the Grace Taproom Podcast, and I'm here with...
Haley McCarville, and I've got our volunteer here in the background, Shelby. She's been a huge help with us.
Is that Shelby right there? Oh, hi, Shelby. Hi, sorry. So, what do you guys got going on out here today?
So we've set up all these dogs. They're all fully vetted, spayed, neutered. The Chamber of Commerce paid for all adoptions, so we got some dogs to be able to get out, and everybody is free today.
Really? It's free adoptions? All right.
Yep.
And who do we have out here?
So we've got over here Here's Balboa.
Balboa.
Dogs are mixed, super sweet guy. He just wants to be the only dog. But he's fully housebroken, good in a home, he loves toys and treats. Yeah.
He is a handsome boy. Balboa, care to say a few words?
Get up. Let's see it.
Hi, sweet boy. He is so handsome.
Yeah, he's
Oh, yes.
He's been with us
Oh,
probably about 2 months now.
he's 2 months. Okay. Oh, he's been with you for 2 months. Okay.
I know.
Yes, Balboa, say a few words.
He actually came from the Hardin County shelter, and then he couldn't keep the person that adopted him from them. Couldn't
Okay.
keep him, and that was in Meade County, so they brought him to us. So.
Okay, very cool, very cool. And who is this beautiful young lady?
This is Dawn. She's about 1.5 years old. She's a really sweet girl. She's iffy with most dogs, but I think with some good training, she'd be okay.
Okay. She's very beautiful. What kind of dog is she?
She's a beagle mix.
A beagle mix. She is so pretty. I have a Mastiff and a Labrador pit mix, both rescues. Yeah.
I had my first foster fail a couple months ago, an Australian Shepherd.
Oh yeah.
So,
And who do we have over here?
this is Claudius. He is big, but he is nothing but love. He is just a big old derby boy.
Look at you, hi. And Claudius is his name? Okay. Hi, sweet boy.
And we believe he is housebroken because he does not use the bathroom in his kennel at all or anything. He's really good on a leash. He's good with kids, other dogs. Yeah. He's pretty just chill and mellow.
He is so handsome. I love his wire hair. He is such a good-looking boy. Claudius, can I say a few words? Yes. Well, you heard it here. He is, in fact, a good boy. And he needs a home, and you should come out here today and adopt him.
And we've got probably 20 more over at the shelter right now. We're just waiting to get them fully vetted and fixed. So.
All right. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for letting me talk to you.
Of course. It's good meeting you.
Y'all have a good day.
You too.
All right. Well, hey, guys. How's it going? We are still out here at the Battletown Witch Festival. We're having an awesome time. Had some more good beers from a couple more local breweries. There's one of them. It's got a really awesome cider. But we are out here hanging out, having a good time. Tab is wandering around somewhere. I think she went to go see some witch dancers or something like that. So I'm here. And if you're out here at the Battletown Witch Festival in Brandenburg, stop by our booth and say what's up. And we're having a good time. Chilling out here. Got a lot of new people to check out the show. Getting some great feedback on it, which is really cool. But yeah, we're having an awesome time, and we're getting ready to do our live show at 4:30 Eastern. It's going to be right here behind me. That's where it's going down. Live stream. Annie, the lady that runs all of this, is going to be on with us, and we're going to be interviewing her and asking her a lot of cool questions. So stick around.
So, after Leah died and she was just known as Witch Leah, there was a tradition in Battletown to go to the witch's grave on midnight. And you would sit there on Halloween and see if the witch came out. Well, in about the 1950s, two couples went. And they went and sat till midnight, and you know what? It was November 1st, it was cold, they decided to go back to the car. So they start walking. One guy leads them out. And they're walking, and they're walking, and they're walking, and they're walking. Now, you gotta remember, at the witch's grave, there's only one way in and there's only one way out. You gotta walk in on a creek bed. There's no more roads anymore, it's an old cemetery. So, they probably walked for 2 hours that night. And the one guy says, "Oh, we've done beyond." He pulls his flashlight up and they look, and as I said before, Leah's headstone is like this. It's not round like regular. It points like a triangle on the top. And they pull the flashlight up, and they're right there back there at Leah's headstone. And so the second guy, he's like, "Oh no, you turned us around. You turned us around." So the second guy, he decides to take the flashlight. These guys have been here before. They know what they're doing. And they decide to walk out. So the second guy leads them out. And they're walking out on this creek bed. One way out, one way out. And they walk, and they walk. It must have been 2 hours. And they walk. and they're right back there at the witch's grave. And they went all night. Leah didn't let them out till morning. All night, walking the same direction until dawn. Finally, when it got daylight, they let these guys and these girls out. And that is one of the many things that actually happens at the witch's grave. That's why we tell people not to go to it. Because Leah likes to have fun with people. Another story is there was a group of people that decided to go out. It wasn't even Halloween, it was just around that time of year. And this one boy kept looking up and going, there's something in the trees. Another one was like, no, it's not. And they were walking out, and there was something white in the trees. Now, the one thing that we say gives validity to Leah's ghost story is she's always seen exactly the same. Dark hair, robe, black cords tied around her wrist and around her waist. Always seen exactly the same. And these guys kept looking up, and when they're trying to come out, something in the top of the trees is chasing them. They look up, and it's just like a white robe that is in the top of the trees. They don't see her. So another one that came out decided to get in the top of the trees and chase these boys out of the woods. So when I said before, I think Leah, when she knew her fate was sealed, she decided, you know what, I think it'd be pretty fun to be a ghost. And I'm the same person. Don't you think it'd be pretty cool, like, somebody you didn't like, just kick over their shampoo bottle while they're in the shower? The reason why Meade County is so incredibly haunted is because it's so old. Meade County is one of the few places that was not covered during the Ice Age. So when the Paleo Indians came through and the giant land sloths and the woolly mammoths and stuff, they were able to come on the river bluffs. Whenever Dino Boone came, when he pioneered Kentucky, he followed the Buffalo Road along the river and stopped in Brandenburg. He had one of his first places that he made were in the caves at Otter Creek. Piamingo and the Cherokee Confederacy was at Otter Creek whenever it was the American Indian battle. Meade County is a place that has had historical significance for a long time, but the Native Americans refused to live in it. They had their burial ground here and they had their hunting ground here, but never lived here. Does anybody know what Kentucky means? Dark and bloody ground. The actual word Kentucky, they say, means dark and bloody ground. So there are about 3 legends that we look at when we look at Meade County. So the first we look at, and they all tie together, is there are 2 different instances of giant skulls found in caves in Meade County. If you look at the History Channel, they have a whole series about cave giants. In the 1880s, there was a huge rash of newspaper articles that in the Mammoth Cave system, they were finding giant bones. The ones they found one in Brandenburg below the lithograph, and they found one in Peckinpah, which is around the bend. And they said it was big enough to take a man's skull and sit inside of it. So the man had to be 7 feet tall or more. So there was another legend from our Cherokee friends that they called them the red-headed barbarians. They were huge men that would come through and they would conquer the land. Well, has anybody ever heard of the Brandenburg Stone? The Brandenburg Stone was found in Sorellis, not Brandenburg, actually, up in the Bend. They said it dates back to the 11th century, and it has ancient Welsh writing in it. You can actually see it in the History Museum if you go there. It was supposed to be a landmarker. Whenever Eric the Red came over, they didn't just find America, they forged the rivers. So whenever it has the bend in Meade County, that's one of the highest points in the Ohio River, one of the highest points in Kentucky. So what that probably was a landmarker to denote that they came through here. So people have gotten taller as the years have gone on. When we look at our Native American friends and other people, they generally have a tendency to be shorter. But the Scandinavians, Eric the Red, and others were always like 6'4", 6'5". They were known to have red hair and red beards. So we think there are significance to that story of the cave giants because we have markers to show that the Norse people were in Meade County in the 11th century. So, who wants to hear a spooky one? I know I'm doing all the history ones we used to do. You want to hear a spooky one? Do you want to hear about an axe murderer, or do you want to hear about a guy that got his head cut off?
Yes.
Both? Head cut off. Okay. So, in the early 1950s, there was a story that was in the newspaper that had to do about what was called a railroad flagman. A railroad flagman was the man that was at the end of the caboose. So there wasn't a lot of electric light. So what happened is the conductor was up top and the railroad cabooseman came down and shone the load so he could see where the end of the train was. So his entire job was just to show the conductor where the train was. Well, the other thing that we had is the post ran through the trains. So they would have to hit those postcards and grab the bags of letters. And so the guy would signify to the end of the train and get the bags of letters because the conductor had to run the train. So what he did is he shone the light and he swung it like this and he would get the post, but he also had to put his head out in the darkness to see where the posts were. Now, I don't know if this story is true. I just know that this is a story that my brother and sister told me, and they took me to see a light, and I'm pretty sure that somebody made up along the way, but I'm going to choose to believe it's true. So, around the tracks down around Doe Valley where the train used to run, there was a postage depot. So what would happen is the conductor would drive, the railroadman or the cabooseman would look and he would get that mail. Well, that night he was swinging the lantern. And he was swinging it and he was swinging it and he was getting the mail. You know, just business as usual. Well, one time that cabooseman stuck his head out too early. There he goes. But the conductor never stopped because that light kept going. And that light kept going. The whole way home, light kept going. So, whenever in 19, I'm not going to disclose my age, I was a teenager, and my brother and sister took me out to Doe Valley, around where the tracks were, and they said, well, this is where the railroadman lost his head, and if you sit here on the train tracks and you're real quiet, you'll be able to see the light still going, because he's still doing his job. So we sat there, the three of us, being really quiet. You know, all of us just choosing not to believe. In a 1987 Ford Mustang.
Hell yeah.
With red interior that was white. It was a hot car. So we sat there for, I don't know, about an hour or so. It was the middle of the night, nothing else to do. And you want to know what?
I had to use the bathroom.
Little blue light in the distance started to pop up.
No, I couldn't understand.
And then a second blue light in the distance started to pop up. And the longer we sat there, the brighter that light got. And it started swinging, and we didn't sit there very long. But we choose to believe that that might have been the railroadman. The railroadman story was an original meme. It appeared in so many